And action. Thank you so much for reporting to duty for the Pretty Princess Command Center episode 31, aka a Princess Diaries Princess Diaries entry episode. Oh my goodness, girls, princesses, we need to have a chat first. First and foremost, we need to have a chat. 1, long time no see. Apologies. 2, I'm not centered, and that's like kind of stressing me out. Don't know if it's stressing you guys out. It's stressing me out a lot. Was that 2? 3? I'm running off of approximately 2 hours of sleep. I slept on the floor of the airport last night because I missed my connecting flight home. I had a really great time. If you want to know more about it, you should follow me everywhere else. Also, this is going to be the first Princess Diaries entry. This is going to be the first Princess Diaries episode where I am a single lady. I'm a single woman, guys. Mr. Special and I broke up. I can't, like, call him that anymore because, like, obviously, my ex. I broke up with my ex. I have an ex. I don't know how to properly say it. Anyway, Mr. Special is no longer special. He's just a mister that I dated. No tea, no shade. Like, we're good. But if you follow my vlog channel, then you know. You know what happened? Like, you know the tea. You don't know what happened because, like, I'm not going to put my business on the internet like that because I'm not stupid. But yeah, long story short, I'm excited because it's just, not that I think it'll change my perspective and my insights a lot, but obviously, like, anytime you experience something new in life, obviously you're going to gain some type of new insight on it, right? So I feel these episodes will be, they'll just have a new perspective, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I have not filmed a Princess, I haven't filmed a Princess Diaries episode in so long. I haven't filmed a regular episode in so long, so I'm feeling like very out of practice, very weird. So I kind of feel like I'm getting sick, but I'm really just hoping that it's because I'm super dehydrated and I'm super sleep deprived, which brings me to bevy of choice for the evening should definitely probably be tea. Oh, now that I'm thinking about that, that's actually like so much smarter than this. But we're gonna have wine because I already poured it. And last night when I got into the airport and they said like, oh, you missed your flight by like 2 minutes, which was not my fault. The flight I was on got delayed by literally we literally like passed the state we were supposed to land in. We flew to a more southern state and we flew back to the more northern state. I was like, what are we doing, guys? What are we doing? Come on. So I missed my flight, so I was like, okay, it was like, I don't know, maybe 8:45 at that point. I was like, oh, a little Mexican restaurant, I'll get a nice little margarita and maybe a quesadilla or something good, like a burrito, tacos, whatever. And then they were closed. They were like, last call. We just did last call and the kitchen's closed. So I was like, all right, whatever. So long story short, we're gonna pretend that this was the margarita that I really wanted last night. And without further ado, I think we shall get into the diary because that's what we're here for. I will say, what will I say? What am I even talking about? I'm so tired. Wow, I cannot wait to go to bed. I am booked and busy, guys. Like, this whole month, we're locked in, and I'm loving it. I just need to make sure that I'm not sick about it. If I'm sick, plans are canceled. We can't have that happening. So I'm just gonna not be sick. I'm just not gonna let myself be sick. What was I saying? Oh, if you want to become an official Pretty Princess and join the command center, all you have to do is subscribe, but you guys already know that because you're the princesses and you're here. So shall we get into it? Princess Diary entry number 1 says, I'm trying to save money for a car and I don't have the best spending habits, but I want to have a car by October. Any advice on saving or a fun way to do it? I really like this because I actually am wanting to buy a new car because I'm wanting to move to a state where I'm not going to be able to drive the car that I have. I have a Camaro right now, so it's just 2-door. It's like low to the ground, you know, it's a sports car type of vibe. And where I want to move has seasons. There's all 4 seasons there, and that is just not the vibe for that. So I'm also saving for a car right now. I think I want to get a Jeep Wrangler, which wouldn't be my first choice in car. However, I feel like it makes the most sense to get something like that for being in a very like snowy location. But yeah, I'm like, I just got a whiff of like, oh my gosh, like, what is the, oh my god. It's not this. What the hell is that? Have you ever... Am I like getting gassed out of my house? Like, what is that smell? It's not my clothes. If you ever done hair at home, like you've gone to Sally's and bought the like peroxide and the... That's exactly what it smells like. It's like taking over my nose. But anyway, fun way to go about that, honestly, just think about what a fucking bad bitch you would be in the car. Like, it obviously, it's not fun to have to be responsible. It's not fun to have self-control. It's not fun to like be like, oh well, all my friends are gonna go do this, but I have to put my last $100 away into savings so I can buy this car in October. But then think about October time. Think about October when you finally get that car, and you think back to all those like random little nights out that maybe you didn't even miss them, but maybe you went and like you couldn't order an appetizer, you couldn't get dessert, or like you didn't eat, like, what, you know what I mean? Like, it's not gonna matter at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? So I feel I don't have the energy to like impart crazy amounts of wisdom, so I feel like this video is gonna be short, but anytime I say that about literally any video, it ends up being like an hour long, so I'm not gonna say that. But the way that I'm gonna go about this in a fun way, like, advice on saving, there's good advice on saving, but it literally comes down to like, you have to have a budget made. You have to understand, like, this is how much I make, this is how much I'm able to spend, and this is how much I'm spending on wants and needs, and this is how much I'm putting into savings. And then it's like, okay, well, are you bucketing that into savings for this specific thing, or are you putting it into this savings that's just like a generalized savings? So stuff like that. But I don't really want to get into like the financial literacy side of it, just because I feel like that's boring, and I'm not the most qualified to speak on a topic like that. I have been learning. I've been reading Girls That Invest. That's a good starting point. Also, Khan Academy has a really cool financial literacy course you could take for free, so that's really cool. But I think a fun way to be saving, honestly, is like, do you remember when you were a kid and maybe you really wanted something and your mom was like, okay, well, you have to buy it yourself, and so like every time you got $1, or like you would go do anything to get like $5, or like even like a quarter, or like something like that, you put it in your piggy bank and you would like not look at it until you knew that you had that amount of money and that you would take it. You need to force yourself to do that. My biggest thing is, if you have like a regular bank account, like you have the bank account that you use like every day, that's like, if you're using your debit card, like that's the bank account you're using, right? But I would open a separate bank account and put all of your savings in that separate bank account. Obviously, you could do your own research on like what like a high yield savings account, stuff like that, or whatever you want to do, but literally just have it so it's not easy to access. Like, we're not even thinking in terms of like interest and compounding interest. Like, we're not thinking in terms of like financial literacy. We're literally thinking in like, if this is where all of your money is, and this is where you could take all your money out and spend all your money, take that savings and put it over here, and make this bank that you open up, make this account solely for saving for this car that you're getting, you know what I mean? And honestly, like, just like every time you think about wanting to do something, or wanting to spend money, or wanting to pull out of your savings, literally this is like the whole thing, you guys know. But like, what would the girl of my dreams do right now? The girl of your dreams has this car. The girl of your dreams saved her money, worked hard, has the car that you're trying to buy in October. Like, you know exactly what she would do, because you know exactly the life she's living, and you know exactly what choice you need to make in order to step into that life that she's living as your own self. Do you know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Am I mumbling? Because I'm like barely able to keep my eyes open right now. It's actually crazy. So I think we're gonna move on to Princess Diary entry number 2. But I don't know, that's what I'm doing for saving for my car. Because like, obviously, like, you have bills to pay, you have rent to pay, you have phone bills, you have insurance, like you have like we all have stuff to pay, you know what I'm saying? But if you make it fun, like for me, like, anytime I get cash, I save all my cash. I don't like spending my cash. Like, I just love saving it because I won't touch it, because it's not convenient to me. Like, I don't know, I always like save my cash. I'll like bank up a few $100s in cash, and then I'll go like do my Botox with cash, or like I'll go on a little like weekend trip, like, you know, just stuff like that. But just, yeah, I would honestly just like open another bank account if you can. and literally just have your checks go there. And also for work, if you do like direct deposit, literally just have it, like you could tell your work like, hey, could you put X amount of my paycheck into this routing number, you know what I mean? Okay, we're still on 17. This is an update from, I don't remember which episode, but it's one of our princesses, and she was the girl who had her breast reduction surgery, and she is just girl bossing the town, and she's like training to become I'm pretty sure like a homicide detective, if I'm not mistaken. She has a small business, like she's in school, she's just booked and busy. So this is an update from her, which I'm very excited about. It says, I've started Hot Girl Walks 3 times a week for the past 2 weeks with my friends, so every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I plan to start lifting on Tuesday and Thursday, and I'm going to try to start jogging on Saturdays. I'm balancing a lot right now from work, school, and my small business. After my last entry, I wallowed for a bit, and then life got busy with my small business. I was staying up till 1 to 2 a.m. getting stuff ready for my first vendor market. It was a success, and I've taken on your time blocking technique. It's super helpful. I work Monday through Friday 8 to 5, and I designate specific times and days for certain things. I haven't lost any weight yet, but I also haven't been eating extremely healthy. But I stopped eating fast food. I have a major sweet tooth that always gets me. Girl, me too. I love sugar. But we celebrate the small wins. Princesses aren't perfect, but we never stop trying to be our best self. That's what you've taught me. Thanks, girl. I don't think I've ever been more proud in my whole entire life. Like, wow, you're just getting it done. You're just doing what you need to do. You're getting it done. That's literally the hardest thing you could ever possibly do in life, is be like, this is all the shit that I have to get done. And you know what? Do I absolutely have to? No, because the only consequence is my life not looking anywhere near what I would want it to look like. And that's a terrible consequence. But in the moment, it doesn't feel very like whatever, like I'm not gonna get fired, like my boss isn't gonna get mad at me, like nobody's gonna care if I don't go to the gym tonight. Yeah. And then what's gonna happen in 2 months from now when you say, oh, I should have done all that earlier? So yeah, I am so unbelievably proud of you. That is amazing. I have been switching out my workout split for so long, like I don't even know how to explain it, but I've been trying to be on the Monday, Wednesday, Friday running grind. You know what I'm saying? But I also need to go back to the gym. I like haven't worked out in a month, and I just feel like I feel like a shell. Like I just don't feel like myself. But honestly, like my routines, like I have not been home for like the last week and a half. So anyway, last and final episode. I really feel like I'm getting sick, and I haven't even had my wine yet, and I'm sad because it sounded like such a good idea, but now my throat really hurts, and I feel like I'm getting sick, and I really don't want to be sick. I literally have a bachelorette party weekend, like a bachelorette trip tomorrow through Sunday. I can't afford to be sick. Like quite literally, I cannot afford to be sick. Last, third and final Princess Diary entry. I'm struggling, guys. It says, I'm struggling for motivation. I can barely get up in the morning, and the only... Let me try again. I'm struggling for motivation. I can barely get up in the morning and only get up at the last minute, but I really want to be a morning person and get up earlier and have the motivation to do things, but I don't. I'm also moving into my first home soon. So I have so much to do, and it's all really special. And it's all really stressful, especially when lacking in motivation. I don't think you're lacking in motivation. I think you're like in a anxious, like the things you have to do are like overwhelming your brain to the point where you're just like, you just want to sit and look at it all. Like you don't want to act on it because there's so much to do, and there's so much you feel you have to do, and that you feel you want to do, that you're just like looking at it all, and you're just like, where do I even start? Like what do I even do? Like do I pack? Do I wake up early? Do I do this? And that, all of those thoughts, all of those anxious thoughts are filling you with self-doubt about how you're able to approach the situation, and that self-doubt is making you believe that you don't have the motivation, which motivation is a feeling, so maybe you don't have the motivation. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like I know you go to work on the days that you wake up and you say, oh my gosh, like I would rather quit than go to work today. I know you still go to work. I know you say that like, oh, like I would rather just stay in this apartment forever than have to like pack up and move. I know you're gonna move. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't matter if you're motivated. It doesn't matter if you're motivated. And I'll say this, anytime anybody asks for motivation, if you're motivated enough to ask for how to get motivation, you have the motivation. You have the energy. Like, think of it this way. Like, if I give you a ticket and you take it and it says motivation on it, you have this ticket, it says motivation. You don't know what to do with it, but you have it. And then you'll walk around with it for a little bit and you'll be like, yeah, I have motivation, I have motivation. And then suddenly you're like, well, this was really cool and exciting when I first got it handed to me, because like I thought it would take me somewhere. Like I thought it was a ticket to go somewhere. But it's not. So then you come find the person that handed it to you again, or somebody that you think can help you out, and you say, here's my ticket for motivation. Like, how do I make it work? Babe, I can't fucking do it for you. You have to do it for you. You have to take the motivation and say, good to know that I have this, but it's obvious it's not going to do anything for me. I've been walking around with this ticket that says motivation on it for the last how many hours, how many days, how many weeks, how many months, and it has not gotten me anywhere. It won't grant me access to any rides. It won't allow me on a plane. It won't do anything for me. So what do you think handing it to somebody is going to do? It's going to do nothing. Say, I have this ticket that says motivation, but how do I feel it? I have this ticket that says motivation, but how do I actually start doing the things that I have to do? You just have to know, like, okay, you did have the motivation. Getting handed that ticket, that was the motivation. And it was on you to take that start up. It was on you to take that push, that initial push, and run with it. And realize, like, this is not a sustainable source of energy. You know when you're a kid and you're on the swings and you don't want to pump your legs, like you don't want to go back and forth, you just want someone to push you, and they give you one big push and then maybe another one, and then you're going, and then they don't want to push you anymore, and they're like, I'm not pushing anymore, like you can do it yourself. And then you're like, but what? Like, now it's hard, like now I have to work for it. But then once you realize, like, okay, well, the swings are really fucking boring if you're not swinging. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this shit done myself, because it's real fucking boring just sitting here on the swing with nothing to do. You know what I'm saying? Does this make sense? I don't know if it makes sense, guys. I think it makes sense. At the end of the day, though, like, and I know it's annoying, and I know it sucks, and I know that everybody who's asked me this question before, they all get the same answer basically, which is like literally just like motivation is a feeling and you can't rely on your feelings to get anything done. Like me right now, this video needs to be filmed. I think I'm getting sick. All I want to do is go into that bed. I did not want to put my makeup on. I slept on the airport floor this morning, yeah, from 8:30 last night till 6 a.m. this morning. That's how long I was on the airport floor, just like existing in the airport. I slept for maybe 2 hours, got on a plane, landed at 8:30, worked a shift at Thailand I was supposed to be at 9, but I literally couldn't make it by then. Like, logistically, I was like, I'm not going to be in town at that hour. I'm so sorry. Got to work at 10:30, worked till 5, came home, put my makeup on, took care of some other stuff, knew that if I sat down and got comfy in bed, I would fall asleep and I would kick myself because I wouldn't be able to get this video done. Put my makeup on, did not want to put my makeup on at all. I didn't want to put my makeup on. I was like, it's nighttime. I feel like I'm getting sick. I left my laptop at work. I just want to go to bed. I just want to go to bed. I can't go to bed. I can't go to bed. I could go to bed, and then guess what? Guess what would happen? I would wake up tomorrow. I would feel shitty that I didn't get my stuff done, and I'd probably feel shitty like I'm feeling now, but I would just have that extra feeling of like, wow, like I really let myself down. You know what I'm saying? So like, nobody that gets anything done in the world relies on motivation. It's great to have it at the start, and you can rely on intrinsic motivation, but that stems from like, you want to wake up earlier so you could be a better version of yourself. You have to genuinely like want to do that to be able to rely on that as motivation. If you don't have that, that's cool, that's fine. That's when relying on stuff like discipline kicks in, where you say, okay, well, I told myself I was going to do this, and even though it fucking sucks and it's literally the last thing I actually want to do, I'm going to do it anyway because I told myself I was going to do it for a reason, and I'm going to honor that, and I'm going to make that promise to myself, and I'm going to keep that promise to myself. So yeah, at the end of the day, like, you can't find motivation. you can find reasons to want to do things and you can use those as motivations, but that's not the thing that's going to carry you through whatever it is you're trying to do. So I literally am about to crash. But yeah, since I left my laptop at work, I think I should like go back and get it. But also I have like the worst sore throat. It's getting worse by the minute. I'm just praying it's just like dehydration and just like the air and the plane, and it's not anything crazy because I work tomorrow and then I have the bachelorette party. But anyway, pretty please submit your entries below. The link is always below. It's a Google form link. It's always anonymous. Tell me as much detail as you possibly want to or can. But it's always anonymous, so I don't know who you are unless you tell me who you are, and I don't know anything about you unless you tell it to me, so don't worry about that. Like, I don't know your business. I don't even know your email address. But we're running low. The diary, the girls, the princesses have been slacking at writing in the diary, but I can't even get mad because I've been slacking at posting. So, but yeah, on that note, I hope you have a pretty princess day.